Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So I picked up Nirai Kanai, and then after he was done, or after I picked him up, I noticed that Acala was up. And then Nirai Kanai is one of the very best drop monsters for Acala. So I thought I would take him through and then show him off. And yeah, as you can see, we are not starting from the beginning. If you want to watch the video of the zombie loop, you can watch my first time clear. I think that's the best one there. But yeah, we'll just skip most of that, and then we'll focus on this final zombie loop, and then the mini-boss stages and the boss stages. But yeah, Nirai Kanai has no gravity barrier and Minesweeper, so that makes him pretty much perfect for Acala. And then he has two pretty strong bump combos, the Energy Burst and then the Plasma. The Energy Burst works pretty great for this kind of first few stages with the zombie loops, because the enemies are packed up pretty close together, as we saw just here. And so the Energy Burst hits a lot of guys that are immediately around him. So that does pretty good damage there. And then he also has Plasma, which can work when the boss is kind of isolated and then kind of far away from the sides of the screen. And that works especially well on the first boss stage. Okay, here is the first mini-boss stage. And then the quickest way we can get through this is to pinch in between the wall on Acala's left side there. Typhon is the only one that's in really good position, so he's going to be my main guy for doing that. And then the last person I'm using is Acala. She also has no gravity barrier Minesweeper. And yeah, she's one of my favorites for Acala. And then actually, all of these characters are drop monsters, so we could call this a free party run in Acala. Okay, so pretty decent damage with Nirai Kanai's Energy Burst. It's really a kind of a crowd, clears a crowd very well. Whoops, we'll miss the gauge there. Nirai Kanai does have a faster gauge, which is consistent with other impossible monsters. Alright, we'll grab the heart, and then, yeah, we'll just wait again for Typhon's turn to come around. And yeah, it's best to start this level, you know, on the side of the wall next to Acala. If you are not, it can be a little difficult to get in there. One thing I find that works is to bounce off the head of the zombie down there, and then up and then into that little alleyway. Okay, so here let's take out the double of Acala on the right side of the screen. Sometimes we can get it in one attack. We'll get it here in two, so that works. And then we can focus on the real Acala on the left. Alright, Nirai Kanai's positioning there was better to get rid of the little guys than the main Acala. And then we'll come again to Typhon's turn. We'll take down the mini-boss there. And then that takes us to the first stage of the boss sequence. And then here there are no chances to pinch on the boss. So I like to use Acala's strike shot to clear all the guys around the boss. So it's easier for me to do damage directly to the boss. Okay, so that was pretty great. And then Nirai Kanai's bump combos also did really great to help with that. And then we'll try to take further advantage of that with the Plasma here. And then there go all of the little guys, so we have a kind of free reign on this level. And yes, more Plasma damage, and very good. That was pretty smooth. Okay, second boss stage. And I've explained this in other Acala videos, but I might as well do it here again. We want to get rid of these bull guys first. And then we want to... well, the main in the upper left, he has like a defense up, so we can't do a lot of direct damage to him. But the damage that is done to the lower right, the image, is kind of transferred to the main, and then the lower right takes regular damage. So all the damage that we do to the image on the lower right goes into the main unmodified. So that's the best way to do damage against the boss. However, if we take down that image by accident, then that leaves no other way to do damage to the boss except for just direct damage, which is not going to work too well. However, the main is going to heal the sub, or the image down there on the right, which gives us more opportunities to do damage to the image. And then my 2P Nirai Kanai is in perfect position, so we will just kind of aim in, and then do 5 million damage to the image, and so 5 million damage to the main. And then that will clear the stage, and once in a while it'll clear the mission completely. But that'll bring us here to the last stage, and then as we saw, some of the damage from the second stage carried over to the third. So that can be a easier way to progress through this mission. And then here, same deal, we will get rid of the little guys, wolves in this case. And then we will do damage to the main in the lower left via the image on the upper right. But we don't want to do too much damage to the upper right. So again, we'll be conservative with our attacks until the main heals the image again. So here could have been a good chance to use Nirai Kanai's strike shot and then get in the alleyway in between the image and then the wall. But I didn't want to take down the image by accident. So we'll be a little bit more conservative. And yeah, this is the last turn before the main heals the image. So we'll just get some attack on the image, get the full hit points back, and then we can go back to doing just outright damage to the image. Okay, pretty good hit from Typhon there. And then this should do it. We'll pick up the heart just for fun. Alright, and then the boss had so little hit points that we could just do an attack on the main, and then do enough damage to clear the stage. Alright, and I didn't end up using any other strike shots besides Hakua's. But I assure you that Nirai Kanai strike shot is very strong. Okay, so that was that. And yeah, with Nirai Kanai, I think free party runs are going to be much more doable for all of the quests that he is good for. Okay, thanks for watching. Take care.